So when we talk about a person being worth a monetary amount, they're either like laboring at a job at an hourly rate, or they have so many assets and so much equity that when they die, they sell everything and they have there's the bottom line amount and then it goes to the lawyers. Or maybe it's their talent as an athlete, how much time they have left, and then there's actuaries on, his abilities, and then there's obligations and commitments to stay healthy and stay in shape. And then there's slavery, right? A person can be collared or imprisoned or chained and just told at the force of will to do whatever it is needs to be done, and then you can equate that labor to, hourly value. You could meat. You could eat a person. Not a real big fan of that, but if we want to go like basic materialism, meat is meat, right? Bush meat in Africa, right? People meat. Now let's apply all these to children. I know kids aren't going to be playing Major League Baseball, but you see, what needs to happen is the whole world needs to hear the absolute god-awful, don't want to hear it, can't hear it, it's hard to hear, refuse to hear it, cognitive dissonant truth. And that is that children are the currency that make the world go round. The stuff that you don't want to hear is that children are snatched up by people that want money. They don't necessarily want the kids, they just want money. And they sell them to the ones that want the kids. And as long as bopping kids is illegal, there will be a black market for it. And people that don't have a conscience will deal in black market goods. It used to be cars, stereos, opium, right? Pirated DVDs. Well, children are black market goods. What do they do with them? You go, oh, well, they traffic them and they sex them. No, you need to know what they do with them, okay? So after these guys buy them from the ones that snatch them up off the street or find them in child protective services, the ones that get them, they move them like product. They have inventory. They have to maintain them. They don't want to do most of that work themselves, and the better they get at it, the more corporate it becomes. So anyways, it's anyone's guess, but here's what has happened and here's what is happening. Some of them are hunted, like it sounds. They're released, they're chased down, they're raped, they're killed, they're kept in pieces as trophies because, well, public education wants you to take a big hard look at the nature of man and what it is, and the struggle of what it is to be true to yourself. Public school is disgusting. You can tie them up and to a bed, and you can rent them over and over and over and over again. And then when they wear out, like brake pads or a microwave in a kitchen, you just toss it out. You get more, right? You don't want to hear it. That's why it's happening, is because you don't want to hear it. Let's say you're wealthy and you just don't want to have a kid yourself because it might hurt your figure, or it's just, you can't. Okay, well, you buy one. But you don't want to go through the proper channels. You don't want to get ugly kids, and you don't want people maybe necessarily to know that you're infertile, that you didn't have your own kid. So you go black market. Go on. While you're there, you go, oh, we have ones that we can keep as slaves or have sex with, or oh boy, we can get into this business too. We just discovered this. You guys sell kids, you get away with it inside the government. Let's join in. Let's make that money too. We know where to find kids. We work in the government too. I don't like talking about it. I don't like hearing about it either. Children have a dollar tag affixed to them. They're worth more than diamonds, worth more than gold. The world doesn't run on the petrodollar. It doesn't run on the fiat currency. That's the illusionary world. The real world runs off of children as money. And if you think I'm wrong, or you have doubts and you're reluctant to look, then why don't you look at all the global policy, national policy that's going on right now? All of these issues with like border, well, that leaves it wide open and facilitates child trafficking. these crackdowns on education and parenting, that puts more kids through the child trafficking system. Importing refugees with child brides, their culture of child indoctrination, child rape, child marriage. Importing refugees, really? That's what they're calling it? What about sitting them down in front of the TV and the TV telling them, be hooked on this nonsense. Buy into this crap that makes you hate yourself so that you have to buy stuff to compensate. Be inadequate. Be told what to think. And then, well, let's talk about these shots, right? Maybe it solves COVID, right? Maybe COVID exists, right? More likely than not, what's going to happen is this generic whatever it is injection is going to have some kind of effect on a kid, and that kid will need some kind of future medication. This is the drug industry, the military-industrial complex, the corrupt government, the corrupt media, all joining forces with the same evils that have been running the world, all falling in line and marching in step with the same agenda now. It's get the kids hooked forever. It's own the kids, own their minds, own their health, own their bodies, own their little organs. Nobody that knows this or says anything about this will ever get office. The entire system is run on this. It's fueled by this. It's lubricated by this. Our government, our media, our corporations, our institutions, they're all fixated, built, they're erected around this central column that children are the most valuable commodity in the world, and good people don't want to realize that. That is the lie of our society. It's how all societies are built. The otherness that comes from the establishment looking after what's most important to us creates the void and the vacuum where the children disappear into. You will never see a politician gain popularity that actually cares about saving the children, because he would have to fight the entire system. Let me know if I can help. Love you guys.